The mid-spec variant, dubbed C, will cost $55,990, while the range-topping GT is set to command a $59,990 asking price, but should come loaded with all the bells and whistles. Powered by a 3.3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 petrol engine that punches out 272 kilowatts of power at 6,000 RPMs and 510 Newton-meters of torque from 1,300 to 4,500 RPMs, the Stinger S, C and GT can sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.9 seconds, thanks to a launch control function. Kia claims the Stinger brings the style, the refinement and the power usually available only to owners with substantially deeper pockets. Comparatively, the outgoing V8-powered Holden Commodore checks in at $47,490 in base SS form and $54,990 in top-spec SSV redline guise. Hence, the V6 Stinger is a more expensive proposition than the homegrown Bruiser, with an entry-level cost $1,500 dearer, and a flagship model grade that charges a $5,000 premium over its Holden competitor. However, full specification details for the Stinger have not been released yet, meaning a fair comparison between it and the Ben 8 Commodore will have to wait. Prices for 4-cylinder Stinger variants are yet to be finalized, but the Korean carmaker's local arm promises they will be released as soon as possible. 4-cylinder variants will be motivated by a 2.0-liter turbo petrol unit that produces 190 kilowatts per 353 Newton-meters, while European markets will also have access to diesel power plants. All Australian model grades will be mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which puts power down to the ground via a rear-wheel drive setup. According to Kia Motors Australia Chief Operating Officer Damien Meredith, sharp pricing will be key if the Stinger is to become a local sales success for the company. It was critical for us to bring this car to as wide an audience as possible, something I believe we have achieved with the pricing we have been able to settle on, he said. From the outset, it was a goal to get a bi-turbo V6 into the market under $50,000. We have done that with room to spare. A substantial number of Aussie customers have already put down deposits for the Stinger without knowing its final asking price, with this factoring into Kia's decision to release pricing ahead of the new model's official launch. Almost all of the confirmed orders are for the 3.3-liter V6, so it makes sense to provide those customers with as much clarity as we can while they wait to take possession of their new cars, Mr. Meredith said. Further details on the local Kia Stinger range, including full specification, are likely to release at its national launch in October 2017. Kia Stinger list pricing. Kia Stinger S, automatic $48,990. Kia Stinger C, automatic $55,990. Kia Stinger GT, automatic $59,990.
How much is the most powerful and fastest SUV in the world? If you guess 6 digits and with a Bentley, Porsche, or similarly exotic badge on the nose, you'd be wrong. Turns out, it's your nearest Jeep dealer that you need to visit, with the automaker confirming pricing for the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, its ridiculously potent SUV. Now, we've already got used to Fiat Chrysler Group's tendency to put vast and powerful engines into regular cars. After all, this is the company which brought us the Dodge Challenger Demon, a drag car that also happens to be street legal. Still, 707 horsepower in a sports utility vehicle is still pretty unexpected. It makes the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk the fastest SUV ever, with a 3.5-second run from 0 to 60 mph. It'll do the quarter mile in 11.6 seconds, and then go hurtling onto a top speed of 180 mph. Since you'll probably want to stop at some point, Jeep says the Brembo brakes are not only the largest ever fitted to the front of one of its vehicles, but are capable of bringing the SUV from 60 mph to a standstill in 114 feet. The speed comes courtesy of FCA's supercharged 6.2-liter V8, borrowed from the Hellcat and here tuned for 645 pounds-ft of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission that has been upgraded to deal with all that torque, and Jeep's Quadra-Track all-wheel drive system with an electronic limited-slip rear differential and a single-speed active transfer case. Less common for an SUV, meanwhile, are features like launch control to maximize your 0 to 60 performance, and a track setting for the drive mode system. Outside, there are standard 20x10-inch titanium finish wheels with new Pirelli 295/45 ZR20 Scorpion Verde all-season tires. Pirelli P03 season tires, rated for higher speeds, are options. Helping distinguish the Trackhawk from other Grand Cherokee models is the lowered ride height, 1 inch down compared to its non-SRT siblings, and the sculpted hood punctuated by dual heat extractors. The front fog lamps are replaced with cooling modules. There's a gloss black rear valance with a quartet of 4-inch black chrome exhaust tips, and plenty of supercharged and Trackhawk badging. Inside, FCA's Uconnect 4 infotainment system gets an 8.4-inch display and new, Trackhawk-specific performance metrics for timing laps and more. Paddle shifters are included as standard, as are metal trim accents. Options included a dual-pane panoramic sunroof, 19-speaker Harman Kardon audio center, and upgraded leather trim. How much will all this set you back? Surprisingly, Jeep is saying the sticker price for the 2018 Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is just $85,900, plus $1,095 destination. Of course, actually finding the SUV for the price will be easier said than done. As we've seen in the past, dealerships are likely to slap on a considerable markup to milk as much profit from the Trackhawk as possible.
If you absolutely must have a Dodge Hellcat that also happens to be a Jeep Grand Cherokee, you'd better have learned a thing or two about saving money, because the Trackhawk is going to pillage your wallet. The 707 horsepower 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk will go on sale in the fourth quarter of 2017 with a base price of $85,900. Which does not include $1,095 in destination charges. That's a hair over $20,000 more than the next most powerful Grand Cherokee, the $66,895 SRT, which has a paltry 475 horsepower. For those of you keeping track at home, this means the Trackhawk will cost more than the Dodge Demon. That may seem like a lot of money, and it is, but in context, it's not an obscene number that was made up out of nowhere. Looking at its competitive set, the BMW X5M, Porsche Cayenne Turbo and Range Rover Sport SVR start in the six-figure range, and lag behind the Trackhawk in performance. Then again, those cars all carry interiors worth the money, given the higher starting prices of their base variants. That shouldn't come as a surprise, though. Until this specific car came along, I don't know how many buyers were cross-shopping BMW X5s and Porsche Cayennes with the Jeep Grand Cherokee. There are parallels, sure, but considering them all equals is a bit of a stretch. The Trackhawk's figures look right at home among not very old supercars. With 707 horsepower heading to all four wheels, it'll hit 60 mph in 3.5 seconds and cross the quarter mile in 11.6. Given enough runway, the Trackhawk can hit 180 mph. It can also tow 7,200 pounds, which is something a supercar definitely can do. So, from one side, it's a performance bargain, and Jeep will probably sell every single one it can produce. But on the other side, it's a sport utility vehicle riding on a tweaked 2011 Mercedes-Benz platform, developed during the Daimler-Chrysler era, mind you, that costs $86,000. It's Schrodinger's SUV, existing in a state of quantum superposition, being both sensibly priced and somewhat insane at the same time.